tonight on BBC One. At 7 o'clock, Tomorrow's World includes a look at the dangers of driving.
Barry, I've commandeered a vehicle.
The old trick, eh? Eat the telly before I get a chance to nick you.
It's a toaster.
Dalek, you have been defeated. Surrender. You have failed.
Insufficient data.
Is this world protected? So you're not the first lot to have come here. Oh, there have been so many. And what you've got to ask is, what happened to them? Hello, I'm the Doctor.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, yes, indeed. One of the greatest openings of... Oh, look at that. That's a bit weird. This, by the way, this piece of clothing I'm wearing here is actually a bit of religious accoutrement, right? A little, I will tell you about that in a minute. But man, 11th hour, look, it just started so well, right? And I think basically the era stayed that good. I think the second series was a bit more wobbly. It felt like it was good, but it didn't really hold together, especially Good Man Goes to War. I thought that doesn't stand up to rewatching, but that first season, so solid. And the his final year, they broke into two. He had a highs and lows. I mean, look, I didn't like Clara at the time. It's amazing. You bring along Jodie, and I like her fine, right? It's incredible. A couple of years of Jodie, and I'm clawing to listen to watch Martha. And that's why I did a whole rewatch. I did a whole rewatch of Clara's. Who's Martha? Of Clara's Run. No, Martha was before that. Of was it Clara's Run? And so I really rewatched a lot of Capaldi and a lot of Matt Smith. The stuff that I didn't think that was that great. I now take that back. I think they are again. I didn't like them at the time, but in the shadow of Jodie, everything looked better for not being Jodie. It's incredible. So you would have thought she would have had done absolutely nothing of any value whatsoever, but no, that's not true. She made everything that wasn't Jodie a lot better, right? A lot better, a lot more wonderful. So, ladies and gentlemen, I was going to tell you what this is, right? This is not a simple one. It's a dirty one. It's a dirty on the show. This is a Jewish garment called here. I'll show you. It's a sit. Here, they're a bit ropey, right? Okay, you have here. That's the end of the. You have four of these. Basically, there's a thing that's saying if you have a four-cornered garment, you're supposed to put these little string and knots on. It's very complicated, right? It's so much weird Kabbalistic stuff going on. Like the first one, you do 2 knots and then you wrap it like 7 times, and then you do another 2 knots and you wrap it 9, then the other 2, and then 11, then 13. All these things mean something. I used to understand it anyway, but it's just a dirty undershirt, basically. That's how it works out, baby. That's how it works out. We're in the 9 days. The 9 days. I'm hoping some changes, status quo, please happen. I mean, like, I would love to be able to talk to Democrat friends and go find out what's going on inside their heads, right? Because it's so intensely obvious at this moment. And we had I forgot to pull this stuff up. Let me go. We had Marjorie Taylor Greene. It should be on Jack. Do you reckon it'll be in Jack Posabek? It'll either be a Jack Posabek or Benny. What's it called again? Benny Johnson. There'll be one of those. We had these congressional hearings yesterday where just all this stuff like that we knew about for ages. Hunter Biden doing all this weird shit. Well, not weird shit. I mean, like, I think having sex with hookers was a big one, right? Like, yeah, but like he shipped them, like he paid for the hook. Oh, here it is. This is incredible. Like that. This is a thing that's actually happening. Tells me this has to be the end of days, right? This, I mean, like, nothing about this is in any way normal. Which reminds, oh, just fell downstairs. Don't know what that was. Here, let me share that screen. This is crazy. Doink. So, firstly, is this guy wearing a bandana? Is that Raskin? Is that photoshopped? Well, is he photoshopped wearing a bandana? I can't work it out. Hang on, that's so weird. Yeah, wait. Let me pull up the tweet so you can see what goes with it. But like, man, like this is actually really a thing. And you know, Donald Trump was the disgusting one. Really, could you imagine if this was Donald Trump's kid? Like you wouldn't stop hearing about this. So the Hunter recorded multiple sex tapes with a prostitute he had paid for from his law firm, from his account, right? But like, why? Why why record the evidence? That would be really weird. So apparently, right, he they got him for like receiving all this money in bribes. 17 million, right? The Bidens have received somehow mysteriously, right? They can't account for 17 million in bribes. We have actual video of this. He flew this woman across state lines, right? To yeah, one second. I'll share this. I mean, that's called trafficking, right? Again, if it was Trump's kid, be in jail. Like Trump will be in jail. Everybody will be in jail. It'll be end of story. That was it. Representative MTG Marjorie Taylor Greene showed a graphic photo of Hunter Biden with the hooker at the congressional hearing today. The weird thing is this: all the leftists are like complaining about it, while they're all completely fine having this in textbooks for kids. Strange, but true. So he paid for the hookers through his law firm OWASCOPC and trafficked his victims. Are they victims? I don't know. Yeah, probably. Listen, I'm in the middle. I've recently seen The Sound of Freedom. Yeah, I'm happy to call them victims at this point. Across state lines in violation of the Mann Act. I don't know what the Mann Act is, but he violated it, baby. Man, listen, really? One second. Let's go back to the picture for a second, because I think I'm going to bring up an interesting point. So they're worried that he violated the Mann Act, right? Looks like he's not violated the Mann Act there. But again, like, I mean, God, why would you do this? I like why? Somebody explain to me what, like, I don't know. I'm too normal is my problem. I'm too bloody normal. Furthermore, IRS whistleblower testified to how Hunter committed tax fraud by deducting payments to the hookers from his law firm taxes. MTJ is the most base member of Congress. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And at the same time, they're about to indict Trump for a gazillion million years. Fine. I'm just trying to see if I got any got your testimony. I mean, this is just bizarre, right? Crazy house moments in politics. Let me just have a quick whiz through so if I see it. They're asking, is when Hunter Biden was referring to dad, did he mean his father? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. One second. Here, let's look at this clip. Because apparently, I mean, I don't know, because there's so many of these, right? There's so many of these go through. Oh, there's one over here. So apparently, Democrats don't think it's relevant that Hunter Biden was taking money from the same Chinese spy that they call the same company that somebody called a Chinese spy. I don't know. Maybe that's a big deal, right? Maybe that's a big deal. Here it is. Here it is. This is the one I wanted with MTJ. This is great. And I love it that she is the one like bringing the receipts, because they have always like all this leftist media have always painted her as like idiot yokel doesn't know anything. Oh man, this is great. Here, MTG. Let's have a look. Let's play the video. Hang on. Video file. Downloads.
Mr. Shapley, you started an investigation into Hunter.
I mean, like, for God's sake, she's holding up a sign with the president's son shoving his dick into a hooker's mouth in Congress, right? And at the same time, that like all the mainstream news is talking about indicting Trump for January 6th, like which he said protest peacefully, right? Patriotically and peacefully. Oh, they're all insane. I would love to talk to my Democrat friends and say, what's going on with? But they'll just start screaming and they can't deal.
Biden, codenamed Sportsman, which opened in November of 2018. It was an offshoot of an investigation the IRS was conducting into a foreign-based amateur online pornography platform. This.
Oh, look, he posted stuff on what, some skank hub. Was all right? Get out! Oh, listen. I can believe Rusty Davis and Jinx Monsoon, right? Yeah, that seems like something I can imagine happening. But, like, really, there's no one that will say, you shouldn't do that.
This is evidence of Hunter Biden making sex. Excuse me, this is my time. Making pornography.
Should we be displaying this, Mr. Chairman, in the committee?
The lady's time's expired and went 2.5 minutes over. If Mr. Bufume wants the 2.5 minutes, he can have it. If he wants to yield some to Ms. Ocasio-Cortez when she goes, she can have it.
He is. Why is he wearing a bandana? What is up with that? What? Okay. Why is Raskin wearing a bandana? He doesn't strike me as a bandana guy. You got it from Steve Van Zandt? That's why he's wearing it? What the hell?
We'll make it right. 2.5 minutes. You all have an extra 2.5 minutes. Chair recognized Mr. Bufume for
point of order.
I mean, again, but they'll be fine with that being in textbook in school. No problem whatsoever. This is the weirdness in which we're living in, right? We live in very, very weird times. Anyway, we're in the 9 days, right? This is day 2? Yeah, because it ends this time next week. It's nearly over, right? This time next week, it's about 50 minutes from being over. Now, this time next week on Wednesday night, I stop eating, like most religious people stop eating and drinking at around 7 o'clock, right? And it goes to 8:07. Oh, the next day. It sounds horrendous, and it is, right? There's nothing stunning and brave and beautiful, but it's just horrendous, right? There's nothing fun about this whatsoever, right? It's as we say, it sucks ass, right? It majorly sucks ass. Here, 1 second. I got something here that I wanted to look at. Oh yes, and now just to show you that big news, by the way. My I should pull this up as well. My Twitter account got completely nuked, right? I fell foul of the Just Stop Oil weirdos, right? Here, let's see if I can find it. I'll go to my profile. Yeah, because I put a picture of it up. Where is it? Oh, I've been too busy filling it up with content today, so I can't find the stuff I posted. Oh, hang on. It's over here. I think, was it? For some reason, it kept going to replies. Anyway, here, I'm going to give you the link. Can you head over to my Twitter and subscribe to me there? Because I want to build up. I'm thinking of trying to monetize that platform. Actually, I have to tell you, weird thing is, this worked out really quite well for me, right? I got to clean out my Twitter and basically start again. And I don't think it was that. I mean, I'm up to a couple of hundred followers right now. I don't think it was that, it was that big of a thing for me. But it seems to me to being much better for me second time round. So yeah, this is what happened. Doink. Is this? No, over here. Where'd it go? Oh, it's a tab. It's a tab. Doink. So yeah, okay. So yesterday, you might have seen the video. The Jest Up Oil people. Somebody, they're blocking traffic, and somebody got out their Mercedes who had a crash apparently with his pregnant girlfriend, and he was so mad he went and smacked one of them in the face. And I was like, oh, now this is not a call to violence, kids. Don't you do this? But oh, it was so sweet. It was so sweet. I mean, oh God, I hate these people, right? I absolutely detest these selfish little cunts who are universally white, middle-class assholes. All of them. And they all scream about race 24/7, where they're not screaming about oil. They're all idiots. They're all morons. Every single one of them is a self-aggrandized absolute moron. Well, this is the thing, though. I was listening to, was it Vivek Ramaswamy, who I like a lot, right? Vivek Ramaswamy is he's running for president. He likes Trump a lot, just like me. And he's look, basically he's running for a position in the cabinet, from what I can tell. But look, if Trump gets knocked out, he is the main contender. I think he could take out DeSantis, right? I think this guy is brilliant, a brilliant outside the box thinker. But he was saying, the thing was this: when a society abandons a spiritual point to life, right, a theological existence, which is what we done. Right, we did, yeah. Society we done. Again, I'm not telling you what religion to be, right? But I think a belief in a higher power makes you a stronger, happier person, right? And this is why I like 12-step programs, right? 12-step programs really give you all the best stuff of most organized religions, right? Believing in a higher power is a good thing. But when you don't believe in a higher power anymore, you can't help but be attracted to things with meaning, right? Causes with meaning, which the left have been very, very good at being able to weaponize. So they, so that's why I think the appeal of these don't just stop oil morons, right? But they're so, of course, narcissistic and selfish, right? So this guy gets out and smashes one in the face. I was like, oh God, that's so good. Right, so I quoted on it. I said, if only he had a baseball bat and took it to the lot of them. Yeah, I was speaking metaphorically, but clearly, somewhere in Twitter UK, there's a purple-headed weirdo, or green-head probably weirdo with they/them pronouns, who's big into Just Stop Oil. Right? They saw that. No, we can't allow this. We can't allow this hate speech. It makes me feel bad. It's hate speech. So they flagged me on violent speech, right? You may not threaten. I'm not doing that. Incite. Glorify. I'm doing that a little bit. Okay, in fairness, I am glorifying it, or express a desire to harm, desire for harm or violence. I don't know. So listen, it seems to me that and under normal circumstances, this would have been fine, right? Under any other circumstances, like I would, under Twitter rules, I could see them telling me to delete the tweet, locking my account to delete the tweet, or give me a 12-hour suspension. No, permanently suspended. Right? I'm gone from that. So I started up a new account, and it's here. I think I put the link in, and it's actually worked out. It's worked out for the better. Crazy enough. Oh, there I am. Look at that. That is meta, right? That is me talking about me. Okay. That's me right now talking about me right now. Look at that. Goes. You can see all the the recurring Twitter. Well, 0 viewers. See, that's how good Twitter does me. So anyway, if you could head over to my Twitter and subscribe there, or follow there, whatever Twitter wants, that would be really good. And if you could go to a little extra to sharing my tweets, that really, really, really crazily helps me. But yeah, that happened first day of the 9 days, right? Where tragedy is known to strike the Jewish people. And I guess that was the tragedy that struck me. As tragedy goes, not such a bad one, right? It's not. I mean, look. Let me put it this way. If I had a choice of that tragedy striking me, or being this young lady with Hunter Biden, right? I would so much rather. I wonder how much she's paid, right? I wonder how much he's paid. Jeez, it's so sad. Because, like, you know, hate to tell you, sex is really much better in a committed relationship, right? I mean, like, you know, sex is enjoyable, don't get me wrong. But, like, sex in marriage is just way better. Way. Why would you make sex tape so serious? It's beyond me, right? It's just everything is weird, mate. Everything is very, very strange. And this is just one thing. But anyway, it's a 9 days. Are they supposed to be having Trump in front of the Jan 6 committee today, right, to indict him? I mean, look, do you think they might want to walk him, take him into custody? I mean, they want to, but they're going to use that. Okay, so they're going to use the his incitement to January 6th, which wasn't okay. A, didn't incite anybody. B, we know their story is full of shit because of Tucker Carlson, and that's when he got fired. By the way, that's exactly when he got fired from Fox. That was the step too far when he dismantled the January 6th narrative, and now he's gone. You see that his dismantling of it is being memory hold, right? Which it's I guess it's just the sort of thing you have to expect. Take off the screen. It's too distracting. Okay, man. But you know. So the thing I'd like to talk to my Democrat friends is how do you not see there's a two-tiered justice system where like, you know, let me zoom out a little bit. We'll look at it again. Where like this is nothing to see here, right? But Donald Trump saying peacefully and patriotically protest, make your voice heard. When look. To me, it looked like the election was clearly stolen, right? For many, many methods, but it looked like the election was clearly stolen, and they seem pretty confident they can do it again. I just think this is, again, I'm a Bible thumper, right? I think God's real, right? I just think that God's going to give him a spanking, right? I just do. And I hope it happens soon, right? I hope it, oh man, I hope it happens soon. Look, according to my end of what my main hope for the end of days, we're on July 20th. That means we're 2 months out, right, from the Jewish New Year. The world's supposed to change by that point, right? If not, we're not on that track, or it's not the year that we think it is, which is all very, very possible, actually. But who knows? Who knows? Like all I know is, like, you know, I just find living in a world like this really rough, right? I just find it like where there is like no justice, right? There is no justice system. And I used to, you know, look, I grew up in England, and my dad loved America. We all loved America, but I think like I inherited my dad's love of America. I guess that's why I like American TV shows. But yeah, we all watched all the American TV shows. Like I remember in the 70s, 78 maybe, we went on a family vacation to California. And we went to Toys R Us. Oh, blew my mind. I'd never seen anything like that before, right? And that's what we loved about America, the hugeness of it, the brashness of it, the lack of fear of failure, right? You know, there's a real American spirit of independence and, you know, and like, I mean, no, it is all good. But, you know, it's... It was a place founded with the values that are like so purely good, justice and liberty for all, right? I don't think there's ever been anything like that. Maybe the Jewish Empire, like we had in the first temple, right? But there was such a force of good, and to see it like as a third world banana republic, which it so openly is now, it's really sad, right? It's really sad. It's really sad that we live in a world where you have no recourse for honesty, right? It's really, really so I'm hoping there can be some world-changing event shortly. I keep getting hints that things are coming, right? But man, it's enough tickling my balls. Let's get onto the main act. That's what I'm saying. Let's get onto the main act. Not that I'm Russian, good Lord, but I kind of am. Boy, Doctor Who has turned on its marketing machine, and it's doing quite well, although not as well as I would like to hope, right? But the trouble is, we've had a lot of negative press recently. When I say recently, for the last 4 months. But Millie, may I tell you, you look great in the Barbie. Actually, that was a Austin Powers fembot, but I figured it kind of worked. But oh man, Millie is so hot, right? She's so distractingly hot. Maybe that's what Russell T Davies wants to do. He just wants to really make everybody super horny, right? And that's why he's going for every demographic, right? But Millie is just crazily beautiful. So anyway, so yeah, they've kicked on their marketing machine. We got a lot to talk about there. They're at San Diego Comic-Con. What's going to happen in San Diego Comic-Con? I don't know. I think by the time I stream on Sunday, I'm hoping we might have a trailer to look at. Wouldn't that be great? Right? I do think that's eminently possible, that we might have a trailer. And man, I want to be positive about this era, but 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. That's kind of how I feel. Here, let's have a quick look, see what else is on the channel. This will be on tomorrow, like the Flash review. Surprisingly entertaining gravestone for the superhero genre. That's exactly what it was, right? It was. If you watch this as the last superhero movie, after this glut of superhero movies. Then it really makes sense, right? This movie is designed to be a retrospective, a capstone to the superhero movie genre, and also 2023. I mean, I think having Ezra Miller star in it, who is so really creepy, right? He's really pedophile, right? He's really. I mean, listen, he would not be happy about. The Sound of Freedom, right? He just seems very pedo-ish. But having the multiple different Batmans, having, you see Christopher Reeve, Callie, whatever her name is, Supergirl, super hot, right? For me, that works because she is super hot. So I think, I think I think it was okay, right? Then it got so slaughtered at the box office. I don't really know why. It certainly, I mean, let's review this Let's look at other superhero movies that have come out over the last few years, right? Yeah. Superhero movies, say, 2017 to 2023. Let's see if we get a list of them. No, we need more. All right? No. These are the best superhero movies. No, I want all superhero movies. Okay, let's start with 2017. Let's see what superhero, because that was when the beginning of the awful superhero movies started. Fine. Yeah. 1 second. Share screen. Share screen. This is a Chrome tab. Fine. So 2017, we had Justice League, which was awful, right? The Joss Whedon Justice League, absolutely awful. Thor Ragnarok, awful. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, meh. Spider-Man, what was that one? Which Spider-Man one was that? Homecoming. Yeah, that was a bad one as well. Oh no, Homecoming was a good one. I like that was introducing Tom Holland. I thought that. Logan, I never really liked that much, but everybody else did. Wonder Woman was the only good one. But anyway, let's have a look. I think of these movies from 2017, I think The Flash is superior to basically all of them. I mean, apart from Wonder Woman, maybe. Right? I think The Flash is better. Certainly than Joss Whedon's Justice League, Thor Ragnarok, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which I thought was kind of fun. Logan. I think it's on a par with Spider-Man No Way Home, right? So it's certainly not, I think, wrong time, wrong place, really. Aquaman, better than Aquaman. Black Panther 2 was better. Avengers Infinity War. Flash is better. Deadpool was better than Flash. Ant-Man and Wasp. Flash is better. And Venom Flash was better. Spider-Man Through the Spider-Verse, that was better, I think. Right, so again, look, I mean, like, just comparing it to all the other movies. Miss Marvel, Flash was better. Avengers Endgame, Flash was better. Oh, Dark Phoenix, Flash was better. Far From Home, Flash was better. Shazam, Flash was better, right? Joker, well, that's not really a superhero movie. I mean, kind of is, but not really. Wonder Woman 84, garbage beyond garbage, New Mutants, there, nothing there, right? 2021, I don't know, did an adaptation of Red Sun. Eternals, Black Widow, Shang-Chi. Okay, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Snyder's was way better. Thunder Force. No Way Home. I prefer The Flash, actually, to Spider-Man No Way Home. It does, yeah, I actually do. Multiverse of Madness, garbage. Black Adam, garbage. Thor, Love and Thunder, garbage. Wakanda Forever, garbage. The Batman, garbage. So, look, it seems to be doing better than most other superhero movies, right? In terms of my rankings, it's better. I didn't see Ant-Man, but I bet it's better than that. So, I think it's getting I don't know why it did so badly. I really don't. I'm glad it did because I want the superhero genre to be over, right? I'm really glad that it did. But if it's on catch on streaming, I found it enjoyable. I really did. Death of Disney, not looking good for Disney. A third of the company up for sale. That's never a good sign, right? And I can't even imagine what the next investor call is going to look like. And the one after that, and the one after that, and the one after that, right? So they're not selling off Lucasfilm or Marvel yet because that's Bob Iger initiatives. Stock prices plummeting, and I think it's going to continue plummeting, right? I really, really genuinely do. I think we'll put this out on Saturday. Revolution number 9, the Doctor Who magazine's 6th anniversary poll reaches the modern era. Yeah, it's it really was a triple lifetime. Yes, it was, Chris. Yes, it was. Man, I'm sorry that it was so short, and your Big Finish stuff has really gone to crap as well. Right? I am somewhat bummed about all of that. 1 second, we'll be up to Doink. And then I think also tomorrow I'll put out my Sound of Freedom review. Get the international release of this thing going, right? I think that's like make me crazy is they're riding a wave right now, right? And I want that wave to become international, right? When this movie comes out, it's a must see. It's an absolute must see, and it's not just because the subject matter is something that you need to gain awareness of. It's because it's one of the best movies I've seen in the last few years. It is. 1 second. That's weird. 1 second. My cat's caught down here. Wait. There was it. Just a bit check on the cat. Ninja, what's up with you? What are you doing, Ninja? You over here? There you go. What's that? I don't know. I don't know what it's looking for. What? I'm in the middle of doing a stream. Hey, Ninja, if you want to come in here and hang out, you're more than welcome. Okay. I have no idea. He was on the stairs meowing, right? I have literally no idea. That's my blind cat. Well, actually, my daughter's blind cat. Anyway, Sound of Freedom. Sound of Freedom is a really great movie. And it is harrowing, okay? I won't say it's not harrowing, but it's not overbearing, right? It's not overbearingly harrowing. And it's such a well-made story. A true story, which blows my freaking mind, right? Absolutely blows my mind. In fact, we're going to come back to Sound of Freedom in a minute because that's Donald Trump did a screening of it last night at Mar-a-Lago, and the leftist press are losing their mind. They're like, ah! Which we're going to read the Guardian article screaming at it. See, listen, I don't see anybody else bringing awareness to this movie. I don't see any other political candidate. I mean, I think, again, I like Vivek Ramaswamy a lot. I think he's great. Right? Again, if a Trump gets assassinated, God forbid, I think he is he's the guy, right? I think because I like that he's young, right? Because too many old people. And I like his policies. His policies are awesome. Vivek Ramaswamy's policies essentially, I'm closing down the FBI. I'm closing down the ATF. They're gone. There's no fixing these agencies. You've got to slash and burn, get rid of them, and start again. That's the only thing you can do. Right, let's pull up today's slide. Doink, and we'll get back to Sound of Thunder in a minute. So hype me, we got to go into that. We're going to look at Doctor Who magazine, came out yesterday. We'll look at the Rusty Davis column. Barbie, I hope we'll get to it. It was an excuse to put her on the cover. So anyway, with Doctor Who, they're like, okay, we're back. We're just hyping Doctor Who. We're being normal now, right? We're being normal from here on in. We super double promise we'll just be talking about awesome Doctor Who. And then Yasmin goes, and trans rights and human rights. What right don't you have, darling? What right don't you have to make me agree that you're a girl? Because it's the other thing that blew my mind. Like I had a very nice visit from one of my most feministic neighbors, who which over Shabbat, to just schmooze and talk about the come and congratulate on my son's engagement. Was it October 25th, ladies and gentlemen? That's D-Day, right? So that's the so it was like, but the weird thing is she's really into the trans thing, and I wish I thought to say at the time, like, do you not realize the trans movement is the most misogynistic, anti-woman, feminist, anti-feminist movement ever? It's like, do you really think femininity is something that you can put on? I mean, if I do blackface, does that make me into a black person? And it seems, no, that's my identity. The more insane the tenets of these insane worldviews, the more crazy they hold on to. If you don't have religion, if you don't have a higher power in life, you will class to anything, right? And that's where we are. And Millie Gibbs there, we just can't help ourselves. I know, Millie, I know, but at least you look perfect. Let's get to the chat. Man, 37 minutes. I thought that was 10 minutes. I thought I was going. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I thought I just went 10 minutes, right? Bloody hell. Sadly, Dan's going to be too busy to join us today, but I'm looking forward to his stream later because there's a lot of stuff to look at. Fine. Lonnie is here. How you doing, Lonnie? Thank you for joining us. Rabbi, what's the difference between Adam and Adam in Genesis? I would have thought that Adam is referring to the person, Adam, and Adam is referring to the species humanity. Okay, I would have to see it in context. Which one? Look, okay. Let me see if I can find this thing. Chumash Rashi online. So actually, this kind of segues nicely into this. Yeah, where is this? This was, I think, Father Miller sent me something. My new where is it? Down here. Fine, yeah, here it is. Excuse me there, ladies and gentlemen. Fine, we'll do share screen. Chrome tab. There you go. So Father Miller said, Messiah is here. This thing, Mashiach, is here. So that's Rabbi Sneerson. And it's put up by a group called Lubavitch. Lubavitch, also known as Chabad, which is an acronym for 3 different types of intelligence: Chachma, Bina, and Dat. I'm not going to go into the 3 different. They're just 3 different types. Anyway, but they really believe that their leader, their Rebbe, was destined to be the Messiah, right? Rabbi Schneerson. And he did incredible things. I mean, man, he set up outreach everywhere. In fact, you can go, as a Jewish traveler, you can go pretty much anywhere in the world and find a Chabad house, one of these Lubavitch houses, which doors will be wide open, nicest people in the world. There's always kosher food there. If you're somebody who observes Sabbath, they have like religious Sabbath there. You can stay there if you need. They're most incredible resource. And honestly, most Lubavitchers who I know have been like the best people I've ever known. Like this, they're really genuinely great people. So he asked me what the hell's up with that. So here they put out this thing. 1 second. Let me find this. So here you want to go to. Now I'm not sure if you want to know something in the Bible, go to this place, which I find quite a good resource. So this is their website, the Chabad.org website. So let's say I want to go to the Book of Genesis, and now can you? It has a line-by-line translation. Okay, so here, this is the important thing. You see this thing here, Rush's commentary, right? Rush's commentary. This is a guy, Rabbi Shimon Islis from the 15th century. So I turned the commentary on, and like, bro, you have all this like this. Not like this on every verse, right? But man, you find a verse, and he will go into the etymology of the words, where the words come from. Like, there's quite a good book called What's Bothering Rashi. If you work out why he's answering a question, you get like some real insights, right? But if you ever want to answer that question, yeah, that's where you want to go. Again, off the top of my head, I would say you would differentiate them that way. Now let's get a nice pair of tits on the screen. Oh, hi, Millie, how you doing? See, I like to counterbalance the two. It's like a nice pair of tits, actually. Darren Evans, how you doing? Greetings and felicitations, sir. Lonnie, wait, who said hello? Lonnie, Colin Archer, blimey, bright and early, Colin. How you doing? Lonnie says Dennis Prager has an essay about on every verse. I bet he does. Yeah. I like Dennis Prager. Mr. Jekyll and Hyde is here. How you doing, Jekyll and Hyde? Jordan Lee here. Any chance of Disney selling off Marvel? Any chance of them being able to keep it? Right? Again, when this investment call happens, oh my God, you're going to see the stock price tumble. Right? At that point, they're fucked. Oh, and again, anyway, I would like to see the end of days kick in the next week. That would be even better, right? The Soda Engine's here. The insufficient data Dalek is all the Jodie fans claiming the ratings are not bad. Insufficient data? What insufficient data, Dalek? Yes, I'm sorry. That was the insufficient. You're so right. Oh my God, you are so right. I didn't realize that. You just nailed it. You super nailed it. Here, do I have that clip? I'm not sure if I have that. I think I might have that as an AVR. I'm not sure if I got that as an MP4. So I think we have to rewatch the insufficient. Yes, and that's like the Democrat friends as well. If you try and talk to them, and they're like, insufficient data. Oh, maybe. There we go. MP4. Okay, it was way later. Oh, no, yeah.
No inferiors, no reinforcements, no hope, no rescue.
You are lying.
Yeah, that's it. Well, it's exactly who they are. This is who they are. You nailed it, mate. Soda engines, yes.
There is insufficient data.
You're trapped.
Yes, 100%. This is what they're going through right now.
Data.
You're trapped 1 trillion miles and 1,000 years from a disintegrated home.
Yeah, yes. This is Jodie Twitter right now.
Out of control.
I've defeated you. You no longer serve any purpose.
Cannot compute.
This is so the Jodie fans. Oh, you totally nailed it. You are 100% totally nailed it there, Soda Engines. Well done. I'm going to make that a little clip, right? That might become my favorite. I don't know. I have my favorites, right? I do have my favorites. I mean, this
there are no chicks with dicks, Johnny. Only guys with tits.
Always makes me laugh. That always makes me laugh, right? Every time, always makes me laugh. All right, fine. Where we're up to the chat. There you go. I forgot I was doing the chat. Somebody said Jekyll and Hyde is hello to you. Father Miller is here. How you doing? You're on vacation. Oh, I was going to tell if you're still here. I don't know if you're still here. I got to tweet you. You were kicking yourself for not getting a bagel while in New York. I have to tell you, mate. The best bagel I ever had was from a place that wasn't kosher that became kosher. Right? You want to get avoid the parboiled bagel. You want a boiled bagel. You want it boiled, then baked. Oh, then they are perfect, right? They are perfect. Oh, Father Miller. So let's see it. Okay. We actually, and hopefully the time will change soon. We can get back to streaming again. That'd be awesome. Benny Hill. What happened to Benny Hill? I don't know. Colonel said, Mark TV is here. How you doing, Mark TV? I thought it was a Sea Devil outfit. I don't know what we're talking about. This must have been a long time ago. Politics on offsprings are just nuts, right? I think the Trump ones are really quite normal in comparison. The OTS Starties is here. Hello, what do we all think of the new song? Any better than Jonas? Jonas one looked like so much like a sex toy. Right. Yeah, a second. They don't make anymore. But see if I can find the picture of the geeky sex toys sonic screwdriver. See pictures. And it has reviews. Jesus. No. They don't have a picture of it anymore. That's a shame. Geeky sex. Maybe that was a Dalek dildo. Captain America butt plug. No, but again, look, the Jodie one looked very much like a sex toy, right? It looked very much like a sex toy. Karen Crash Course is here. How you doing, Karen? Listen, I bet Yaz might have used it once or twice. Yeah, that's why it seems kind of smooth. Ew. I've just grossed myself out. I just did. Okay. I wonder why that picture was so important in the investigation. Oh, I'll tell you exactly why. Because he, if I didn't explain it, he trafficked that young lady across state lines. They held up the ticket that he paid for, right? Trafficking a hooker across state lines, and then took it as a business write-off. I mean, I don't know, business expenses. And at the same time, Trump is hosting, screenings of. The Sound of Freedom. Like, it's not even close. Not even close. Digby Strawbridge is here. Hey, don't Digby Strawbridge. Thank you for joining. Sadly, I'm being redirected so I can't view the post. No, you can't. It's on Twitter. My account's nuked. It's gone. It was like, here, can I find it? I'll show you what happens when you go and look for it. Hang on. Biblical comics. I just go there. Right, and here's the thing: they won't even let you close your account because they want people to go to it and see your shame, see the shame that you had your account. Like, dude, I went to see how many followers I had because I don't know, I don't really care. That's the funny thing, but that's what happens when you go to biblical comics. You want to go to over here, and I made it look exactly the freaking same, right? I mean, like. It should be easy enough. Okay, let's get back to the chat. Let's get to the chat. Where are we up to? 5. Jonathan Cox is here. Hey, doing Jonathan Cox? Thank you for joining us. Massively unpopular, huge swathes of the general population. Yeah, I know. Or anybody who has a job, who works. They have support in key institutions, media, judiciary, political elite. Exactly. You know, again, what am I envisioning for the end of days? And this might just be wish fulfillment fantasy, but God, I hope it's not. You know, one of my favorite bits in the New Testament, I get my knowledge of the New Testament mainly from Jesus Christ Superstar, which I liked a lot. The movie, I love the Judas Iscariot in it, right? If I was ever going to write a piece of religious fiction based on the New Testament, it will be centered around Judas Iscariot. I've always loved that character, right? But but I do like that bit in the New Testament where he throws all the money changers out of the temple. And listen, again, it's not my book. I don't believe in much of it, right? I believe in certainly parts of it. That bit I think is 100% accurate. And if it's not accurate, wouldn't it be great to have? So that's what I see about an end of days situation, right? We see all the cunts in the world have their world crushed around them. Wouldn't that be awesome? Oh, the judiciary, the political elite, the media, yes. Oh, we would all love that. Adam Warlock is here. I've seen more of Hunter Biden than I ever want to see. Please put pictures of Nicola Bryant and Millie Gibson. Listen, I want to say this now. Can we get the Nicola Bryant and Millie Gibson laptop? Fuck the Hunter Biden laptop. I don't want to see him getting his dick sucked. No, I want the Millie Gibson and the Nicola Bryant laptop, and I want it now. I think we all got to agree to do that. Yes, I think we call out in one voice. Please Can we see the Nicola Bryant Millie Gibson laptop? I bet that's quite good. PD Rich is here. You were a few years out. My predictions are always a year or two out, says PD Rich. You're right. Honestly, I thought it would have kicked in at the beginning of this Jewish year, right? At the latest. And no, here's the thing. There's an interesting discussion in the Talmud, right? That only God knows the exact moment when Sabbath begins, right? We say Sabbath. We say Sabbath starts clearly when it's before it starts, and but if we react to the new series trailer, then the stream will be suspended. It's not a new trailer, is it? I just want to check because I guess that would be quite important. Hang on, now I got to go look. We'll just go to the official site. No, they're just advertising the Sonic Screwdriver. We all get to the Sonic Screwdriver. That's coming, baby. That's coming. Thank you, everybody, for following me on Twitter. That's really, really helpful. As I said, my account got nuked there. I don't know about anyone else, says the Solar Ranger, but personally, as much as I like the idea for a dark DC universe and darker tone, doesn't really work for Superman, which is meant to embodiment of hope and justice. I think I like the Snyderverse take on Superman, right? I do. I would like to see a much brighter, hopeful, upbeat Superman. I like a Christopher Reeve Superman, right? I would really like to see that next when they do that. But again, I think that was the twilight of the superheroes. The Flash, surprisingly good movie. I was amazed how much I liked it. I thought I'd hate it, but oh my God, compare that to Indiana Jones. It's like Shakespeare. It's not even close, right? It's not even close. Fine. Where are we up to? It won't Flash on DVD when it comes to my local library has it, so I don't have to pay for it. It's going to be on. Look, if you have HBO Max, it'll be on that in a month or so. Don't worry about it, right? DJing is June 6th. October 25th is it's Agincourt. Is it really? 1 second. I got to tell my son that. That's crazy. Agincourt date. October 25th. Yeah. How did you know that? I guess you just know stuff. Okay, we're doing 10 minutes. I really thought that was 10 minutes. I really did. Paul Toaster's here. David is starting to look old. Yeah, look, this is his final bow, right? And I think Mission Impossible 8 will be Tom Cruise's final bow. Yeah, the scene from Remembrance where showed how Sylvester McCoy could stop an invasion just by talking. That was such a watershed moment of greatness in Doctor Who, right? It really was. It was a moment where, like, suddenly the Doctor had become relevant and exciting again. I would say for the first time, probably since Snake Dance, right? Yes. Maybe even. I mean, look. What's the thing? The Visitation. That was also very, very much of its time, right? But very, very relevant. Matteo Conti is here. You sent me a DM. Yes, hopefully we will get. We got a lot to get to, but hopefully we will be getting to the insane mailbox, J-box mailbag, right? Which is always strange. Matthew Burrows is here. Hey, Matthew Burrows, thank you for joining us. Lonnie is back. I didn't know you're gone. I had a emergency copper soldering. My damn dog ate my HF radio coax. Wow. You know what? I haven't seen a coaxial cable. Must be in 15 years, right? Man, I can't remember. I cannot remember when last time I used a coaxial cable. And it blows your mind as well when you find out the coaxial cable, well, actually, the head of a coaxial cable is different in England than it was in America, right? In America, you had one that, like, screwed on, right? Wildly enough. And in England, they just slotted in. Tzvi Lebetkin, how did you know I was the most famous archery battler in the paper? Have you seen my avatar? Yeah, that is true. You've got a good point there. It's also my brother-in-law's birthday. Okay, I got to tell my son that. The poster shoot is pathetic. He's trying to be edgy and it's laughable. I don't know. Like, again, I have to see it before I can say it's going to be shit, right? I do have to say it's going to shit. So I think we're putting in two different directions right now. Firstly, we have the president of Comic-Con. Now, nobody knows what that's really going to be, but here. So I actually like these posters. I thought they were good, right? I thought they were. I thought they told you a lot more about the characters and were much more expressive about the characters than the posters for the original Jodie run, where she didn't really have an expression on her face. So let's have a look at this. Again, I got to see him in context. What's killing it is I know that's not his costume. I know it's his costume for one episode, right? That's just killing it for me, right? Not in a good way, bad way, right? That's what I think. That's one of the decisions that might really sink it, right? It's actually, I was answering a comment, trying to explain to somebody why. Like, what's the difference between this run and Rusty Davis and last run? It's like, Rusty Davis was always political. There's always politics in Doctor Who. What? See, the difference is this. Politics now is not the same as it was in 2005 and 2010. Right? Politics now has gone absolutely insane. We have people like Rusty Davis who think it's deeply immoral not to allow children to go on puberty blockers or chemical castration drugs that have not been tested at all and permanently change your body, like permanently damage your body. They say it's cruel not to. They say it's people like us. They say it's cruel not to have their cock and balls cut off, right? For gender affirming care, even though they've never had sex with it and they never will. After you cut your dick off, it's kind of hard to have sex with it, right? They say it's cruel not to allow that. They say it's cruel not to allow young girls to have double mammograms, right? And while the other half of politics say, no, that is cruel, right? It's cruel to do that, right? That's why it's so different, right? And there's this intense hatred of the different political views. Plus, the left wingers lost their shit. They're out their fucking minds, mate, right? They are out their freaking minds. In a major way, right? They are they believe in insanity. They think the justice system in America is just, right? As long as they go after Gareth Morgan, not Gareth. I just saw Gareth Morgan. As long as they go after Donald Trump, it's okay. Gareth Morgan, I hope they don't go after you, right? I hope you win at January 6th. If something is good, it doesn't need to be hyped. It's good as own merits. Well, yes and no. Yes and no. I mean, honestly, I think I don't think The Flash was a bad movie. I found it entertaining. I would say it's one of the best. I compared it to all the other superhero movies. I think it's one of the better superhero movies that came out in the last 5 to 10 years. It really actually is. So that's what it is, right? That it's not that we have political divisions, but it's that we moralize the political divisions and gone insane, right? Gone insane. But anyway, we look, this new stuff for Doctor Who, I find. I can't look at Catherine Tate again the same way until after I saw her on those award shows with her fantastic and may I say splendid boobs, jiggling nicely like two very very firm giant jellies, right? Oh, how wonderful! I like her a lot more then. David Tennant. Okay, listen, I never really liked his Doctor that much. I mean, I like the writing. And then Millie Gibson, oh man, holding up this production single-handedly, baby. Millie Gibson, very, very, very hot, right? Is he wearing the one ring? No, but apparently the rings are a thing, right? Apparently the rings are a thing. Okay, if he kept this look for the whole season, I'll be like, fine. I like this. This is interesting. This is exciting. This is new. This feels doctory to me. But changing it to a different doctory outfit every fucking week is just annoying. Right. So anyway, the San Diego Comic-Con. We have, so far the presences, we got these giant billboards. That's Lee Binding, the guy who, I think it's Lee Binding, the guy who made this. And they got David Tennant's costume, which I find somewhat underwhelming. But okay, it's David Tennant's costume. Okie dokie. And we got Shooty Gatwa's costume, which I found a lot more fun and interesting, right? But don't like it too much because it's gone straight away. But the big news, the big reveal that we had so far is the sonic screwdriver. So let's have a look at that. We have downloads. Where are we up to? Sonic screwdriver. So I found this whole reveal somewhat irritating, actually. I'll be frank. I found it a bit obnoxious because I found it like overly grandiose. And okay, first thing I see is, oh, where this looks like a rejected design from 2005. And if you're going to reveal the sonic screwdriver, maybe like let's be able to see what it looks like, and you can't in this video. Here's the thing: it's not bad. It's genuinely not bad, but it's not as wow as this video is making out. This is what I mean about hype machine. Although this is actually a very nice bit of CGI, the interior of the sonic screwdriver. I actually that I like a lot. I didn't really. I miss it. $14 sonic screwdriver. Does that mean it's going to be the 15th Doctor sonic screwdriver? I don't think. And you still can't see it. So fortunately, they released some pictures. And yeah, look, okay, it's an amalgam of Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, and David Tennant, right? I think the dolls at the bottom remind me most of Capaldi, right? But the top of it, pure Capaldi. The prongs that open up, pure Matt Smith. The coral kind of handle, like everything in the handle, that's David Tennant, right? It's and no Jodie, right? No hint of Jodie whatsoever, which I find somewhat amusing, right? I do. So straight away, without blinking, the prop was the toy was not prop. The toy was announced, right? This thing is £30. It's selling like hotcakes. It's crashed the character option site, right? It's selling and selling and selling. It can't stop selling. It's incredible how much it's selling, right? And I'm not buying it. I gotta see what it is. If this new Doctor Who shit, I'll get it in about I won't bother buying it, right? Here's the thing: you've lost the sight unseen buy from a lot of people now. So here is it closed up, and again, it's the amalgam of all three. So what does that mean? The back is based on the Masters. That's interesting. Says PD Rich. So here's what I think this means. I don't think this David Tennant Doctor is a real Doctor, right? I've said this for a while. I think he's a Doctor skin over Shooting Gatwa, and I think they're going to leave it somewhat ambiguous if Jodie Whittaker wasn't a real Doctor, which is why I don't think a sonic screwdriver is represented in this, and that's why the Jodie fans are having a major meltdown, right? So that I think is good news. Like retconning away the Jodie is at the cost of lots of chicks with dicks. I don't know. David Mullen is here. Lovely packaging for look. That is not $30 packaging. See, the thing about sonic screwdrivers, the toys, is they were cheap. Right, they were. Here, can I Google it? How much does a sonic screwdriver cost? How much was a sonic screwdriver toy in 2010? Say. No, that's how much they are now on eBay. End of time limited. Doctor Who at toys.net. So how they had this? Let me share the screen. Share screen. Yeah, Doctor Who toys. Used to go when I used to be collecting the toys. I used to go all the time. Nice Sonic Screwdriver from July 2014. Do we have a? I wonder. Do they have a price on it? It's for ages 5 and up. I can't remember how much they were. That's a shame. I wish they'll say somewhere. I remember they got this one, 12th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver, which was essentially the 11th Doctor one. Do they have the price for it? Oh, please have the price on it. Here, 1 second. Let's go over here. Sonic Screwdriver toy in 2000 RRP. Recommended retail price. Or retail price? Maybe try that. Retail price. I can't believe of all the things we know about Doctor Who, nobody knows that. Nobody can. I can't find this straight away. Okay, I'm not paying $99 on it for one now. How much was it then? That's what I'm asking. Does anybody know? I don't know. Okay, fine. That won't tell us. Yeah, let's go back to the picture of it. But yeah, look, they were like things that you'll get for your kid. These are throwaway. Well, not throwaway, but they weren't massively expensive, right? They were like a tenner. Sorry, £5 to £10, maybe 15 at the absolute max. £30 is ridiculous, right? £30 is an expensive toy, right? £30. It's like, yeah, I don't. But again, they're selling like hotcakes. But that's the market for it now. Scarily enough. Not the fans. So we got that going on, right? Which should be exciting. But again, for me, it's like, it's okay. It doesn't make me go, wow. It doesn't make me go, I'm excited. And then we have Ollie London. Now, Ollie London, I think, was the guy who had surgery to make himself Korean. And now is not so into the trans movement. Meet the leading cast members of Doctor Who. Shooty Gatwell will play Doctor Who. He's best known appearing in Sex Education, a series about high school students having sex. And again, look, I know this is talking to a different universe, but genuinely, your life isn't better for having sex in high school or like sex outside of a committed relationship. Your life isn't better for that. It's incredible. Transgender activist Jasmine Finnetti will play Rose, the Doctor's female psychic. Oh God, did you see the this bodybuilder, this trans bodybuilder? That was they were under 20, right? Thank you, PD. Let's look at my footage of that. This trans bodybuilder. So this is clearly a man wearing a bikini, a very muscly man wearing a bikini, competing in transgender in female was it not body? Yeah, female bodybuilding, I guess. Yeah. Hang on. I'm trying to find. Because I just saw like tons of those pictures, but no. No, just more crazy people. Why is Garth Brooks trying to talk us into giving money to Ukraine? No, we should all leave Ukraine alone, right? That's what I think. We'll just leave Ukraine alone. Can I find it? I'm going to try another set. Oh God, there's more. Just stop all people. 1 second. Let me share that screen for a second. They're always white middle class people. Always. Unbelievably. Yeah, 1 second. Share screen. Like, it's always the same people. Right? Leo, all these people who scream about diversity. They're all as white as a freaking loaf. Every single one, every single time. Right? I haven't yet to see a black Just Stop Oil person. I mean, like, because it's so dumb. How do I kind of find the bodybuilder? Because it was so disturbing. Like, what the fuck is this? Sam Smith. Okay. I bet Ollie London will have it, right? Because he is, this is his. again, what like, why are we living in this world? This is too weird. Okay, yeah, this looks like we're well into kink territory. Oh, fuck me. Really? What the hell? What movie is this from? I think it's going to do huge, this Barbie movie, because honestly, I think your average non-engaged woman will not see the sexism in it. Like this is just weird. I mean, this is just too weird, mate. Can I find the bodybuilding? Oh, here it is. Like, what the fuck? I hate to say it, but like, I mean, really? I mean, obviously he's a woman, right? Obviously she's a woman. Clearly, yeah. I mean, okay. It's the most misogynistic movement the history has ever seen, right? It's just insane, right? It's just freaking insane, mate. We live in strange bloody times. Anyway, so we got that going on, and then where is it? Oh, this is actually here's one I prepared earlier. Where is it? Oh, over here. So then we got this story from Yasmin Finney. Again, this does more damage than are those pictures taken from the premiere of Radia in Tehran? Oh, Tehran. I don't know. I can't touch it. So, like, whatever excitement they get, it's constantly sucked out by Yasmin fucking Finney. Like again, I don't mind they believe that she's a woman, right? I don't mind that, right? I do mind a bit, but I'm like, whatever, live and let live. They mind that I don't believe it, right? They really absolutely mind that. In an interview with the Evening Standard, Yasmin Finney spoke of working alongside Ncuti Gatwa and Doctor Who. So what I think this means is that Ncuti Gatwa, she's going to be Ncuti Gatwa's going to be at the end of the specials, regenerated, or the Doctor's skin or the David Tennant skin will be ripped off, and it'll be Ncuti Gatwa. So again, I'm like, that sounds like be fun, interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing it. In an interview, Yasmin Finney spoke about working alongside two black queer magic actors on screen together. You're not magic, darling. You're a 19-year-old with a penis who wears makeup and dresses, right? It was bound to happen. The universe was bound to connect the lines. I think Rusty Davis was. We're intertwined. I bet you fucking were, mate, right? I bet you fucking were. And I think we complement each other. I bet you fucking did, mate. I bet you fucking did. It's called a reach round. We'll see how privileged we are. We see how privileged we are. Yes, we all see your unrestrained privilege where you can take a shit anywhere you want and say, no, this is my identity, right? Finney stars as Rose in the special Starbeast. Catherine Tate plays Donna Noble in all 60th anniversary specials, and is believed to be playing Rose's mother. I hope this is all going to be taking place in the toy maker's realm. At that point, like, I can kind of live with that. David Tennant plays the 14th Doctor in the 6th anniversary specials. The 14th Doctor is expected to regenerate the 15th. I don't think so. I think change into 15th, not regenerate. Yeah, I know whether the special, what special will she'll meet the 15th Doctor, possibly stars in the 60th anniversary specials. I mean, I guess we'll find out. But like, oh fuck, look, Yasmin, mate, I understand you're only 19, but give it a fucking rest. We're all exhausted, right? We're all exhausted from you constantly screaming at us, right? We're all genuinely exhausted. What's that saying? Come in. Hang on. What's somebody tell me? Oh, somebody. Okay, £15 to £16. Who was that? Just sent that to me. PD Rich. Thank you very much, man. That's from 2016, right? So they doubled in price. I mean, look, that could be the Rishi Sindak economic man. That guy is a cunt, right? That guy just has cunt dripping off him. I mean, probably didn't, but he is just, and you just feel he's an awful human being, right? I don't know what happened to the Conservative Party. What happened to the Labour Party? Fine. And then we have famous mystery guest star and Colossus tease for Doctor Who final filming block. Oh, so it's from Doctor Who magazine. We'll be looking at in a minute, right? We'll look at that in a minute. And the other news I'm actually generally am excited about. Babylon 5 coming to Blu-ray. Now, has it been remastered? Because those special effects are a little bit, ropey. Actually, here, I'll show you a clip from the season 1. Now, I think this has been remastered. I'm not sure. It must be, right? Because I can watch it on the screen. There we go. Doink. Babylon 5. They're all MKV files. I won't play. Never mind. But yeah, I am up for this. 2020 turning out the year bumpy for Babylon 5 fans. Yeah, not Doctor Who fans, right? This Babylon 5 cartoon looks freaking awesome. Coming out in 3 weeks? Just over 3 weeks? I end of the world or not? I hope it comes out. None has always had a long-term the nice thing always had a long-term devotees. I was gutted the game never came out. They were going to do this very immersive video game, but they pulled the plug on it. I guess because it was running out of steam by that time. 2020 seems to be a turning point. We have to wait for further news on the Promos remake. No, I don't want a remake, even with JMS doing it. Okay. But he has said that we're getting the road home and late with Middleburg, and also where it's Middleburg, but also said that if it goes well, then they'll do more. So yeah, it's it's I believe $99, and nice packaging. I love this show. I just really adore this show. Wasn't directly involved in release. He says so. It's got everything in it. Pilot movie Gathering. I bet it's probably got the new version where they cut out saying that Commander Sheridan was their final commander because he left at the end of the first season. Coming out on December 5th. Yeah. I am so totally up for that. Right. I am totally and utterly up for that. Where are we up to? Fine. Before we get into Doctor Who magazine, let's look at this story, which I just find somewhat remarkable. It's again, this is something I really liked. Right, President Trump sits in the front row watching Sound of Freedom next to Jim Caviezel and what's his name, Tim Ballard, the guy who this was based on. Right, and I know you in England probably haven't seen it yet. It's freaking awesome. It's so good. It's such a good movie, right? And then he went on and Trump did a podcast with him. Again, I don't see DeSantis. I don't see freaking anyone highlighting this. I think RFK would. Man, I don't know which way to go between. No, I'll go for Trump over RFK, right? Do I want a Trump? Was it Vivek Ramaswamy ticket? Maybe. Actually, I want a Trump Carrie Lake ticket, right? That's what I would like. I freaking like Carrie Lake. I think she's a great speaker, right? I just don't see anybody else doing this, right? And this is something that concerns me, that matters to me, right? And Ukraine doesn't, other than I want them to get out of there, right? Where are we up to? Fine. So I think this was a good thing to do, right? I think this was a good and meritorious thing to do. Right, just even to bring awareness to it. Guardian, however, they're not so much. Trump host screaming of Sound of Freedom, a hit with QAnon devotees. No, darling, it's just people who don't like child sex trafficking. Now, I know you fucking love child sex trafficking because you can't say anything about child sex trafficking because if you do, then all the dominoes fall apart and you might end up having to say that all this like public lewdness and decency may not be the best fucking thing for society, right? Which is something that you want to tell us is. It was an outdoor movie with a difference. Sitting in the front row, Donald Trump! Satan himself! Donald Trump! The former president, US president, who was clearly deposed because everybody hated him. Yes, darling. Absolutely, Joe Biden got 81 million votes. Yeah, Scarlett, darling, Scarlett. I know you're counting up the votes in your head, but can you stop giving me a blowjob while I'm doing this? Scarlett Johansson down there. That's as real as the 81 million votes. Well, yes, you're doing good. Use your tongue a bit, darling. 81 million votes for Biden. On the big screen, the box office hit promoted by followers of QAnon. Citation? Again, what are you even fucking talking about? Again, why would you be trying to smear a movie about child sex trafficking other than you like child sex trafficking? You do not want the child sex. You're one of the people in the movie who like the child sex trafficking. Trump, who is running for president again, hosted a private screening of Sound of Freedom, a film about child sex trafficking. Something that doesn't really happen. Oh no, no, this child is totally overage. Oh, what's that about Epstein Island? No, none of that's real. I mean, I find this a litmus test to see where your morality is in life, right? If you are smearing this movie saying QAnon. Honestly, it's Blue Anons calling this QAnon on Wednesday night. The film is not likely to trouble the Oscar judges. Really? That's why Oscars are in the fucking toilet, you dumb cunt. Like, nobody's cared about an Oscar movie for fucking years and years and years on end. You know why? Because they're all shit. They're all like, and now Oscar movies, so you have to have this insane diversity quotient. Otherwise, it's not allowed in. Right? Oh, God. But it's been a surprise success in cinemas. It's only actually, it has been a minute. I was going to say this. It's only a surprise if you, you don't see the power of organized religion, right? But actually, no. I think its success is a miracle, and I think that success is a herald of the end of fucking days. Please, I do. Right? I think the defeat of Indiana Jones by the Sound of Freedom, to me. It's like David and Goliath. It's actually it's more actually about more Abraham versus the four kings, which I think is but yeah, and I think it can only happen with the will of God. Well, I think anything else with the will of God. But I genuinely I think it is. But as I hit in cinemas, it were both conservatives and the far right. How do you differentiate the two? Most conservatives would vote for Trump, and you say Trump is far right. Trump seal approval will give it a boost with fat indulgence that money can't buy. Oh, God, you're making me so sick. Before the screening, the ex-president, and who will never be president again, he's going to go. Ah! The walls are closing in. By the way, darling, what's going on over here? Right? Is that sex trafficking? No, that's Stunning and Brave. That's only good. Yeah. Look, listen. A refined gentleman like Hunter Biden is shoving his dick in a sex trafficked woman's mouth. That's just wholesome and good, right? Okay. Before Cavill as a guest star who's doing very well and invited by former thespian Steve Bannon. He can't stand controversy to address the audience. Okay. Bannon, who hosts a popular right-wing podcast, They're Evil, said the movie can unite the country. Well, most people do think child sex trafficking is bad. Most people are not pro. I understand you intelligentsia who know so much better than us poor unwashed matches. You think it's okay. But we don't, right? Silly us, because we're just back with God-believing people, or just moral people, right? This it's already united Jarek, Ivanka, Kellyanne, and Steve Bannon. Human reference to the bitter infighting in the Trump White House. Bitter infighting! God, everything they could do to slam it. Other guests included Satan herself, Carrie Lake, the former candidate for governor and firm promoter of the big lie of the stolen election. That is great news. 1 second. That they're calling the election the big lie. Oh, no, that's what the leftists call it. The big lie of the stolen election. Yes. Everything there was totally normal. Yeah. Absolutely. Biden got 81 million votes. 100%. That totally happened. And Jack Smith, who posted a bogus conspiracy such as Pizzagate, which held that Democrats are running a child sex torture ring beneath a pizzeria in Washington. I don't think he did. I mean, listen, given that you lied out your ass relentlessly, I don't really trust your take on it, right? This is all ad hominem. Stand the reason based on a true story. Not that it happens often. It stars Jim Caviezel and Tim Ballard, a controversial former Homeland Security Department agent who tried to rescue children from sex traffickers in Colombia. Doesn't he know the Bidens need little kids to suck their dicks? Really? If the Bidens don't get little sick kids sex trafficked to them to suck their dicks, they have to resort to this. Oh, the humanity. It's too much, mate. It's too much. Stand the Free's religious overtones, there are none, has struck a chord with evangelicals. At one point, Caviezel, who previously plays Jesus Christ in Mel Gibson's The Passion of Christ, is asked what his motivations are. This is the only thing connected to religion in the movie, when he says, God's children are not for sale. That brought fucking tear to my eye, right? It really did. A lot of it did, right? Yeah, it's a very powerful moment in the movie. The screenplay never directly references QAnon, a baseless conspiracy theory that Democrats are capable of Satan worshipping who trafficked in children for sex. By the way, what happened on Pedophile Island? You know, you said it didn't happen. Epstein Island? What happened there? Oh, nothing to see. Now, what's on your face, darling? That's a bit of egg, isn't it? Yeah. But Caviezel spoke at the QAnon Convention 21 while promoting the film on Banner's podcast. And okay, you call everything QAnon. The film was released on July 4th to beat Indiana Jones at the Dial of Destiny. Again, I want some biblical retribution to come. You know what I want? I want to see the end of Indiana Jones when they open the Ark of the Covenant and the Nazis like, it is beautiful! And the Angel of Death just sucks all their eyes out. Oh, God, I want that to happen. Oh, it'll be so great. It'll be so great. And it's even if there's not God. Although even the Hampton-Ford vehicle had been out for 5 days and had its arse handed to it every fucking day it was out, earning more money than the first 3. Fuck off. Are you kidding me? You're comparing a 2023 failed box office favorably to a 1982 mega hit. Are you out your fucking mind, darling? Wait a second. Raiders of the Lost Ark budget. 20 million. Right. How much did it make? So it made 20 million. And Raiders of the Lost Ark, not budget, not adjusted for inflation. Box office. Not adjusted for inflation. Okay, not adjusted for inflation, 389 million. That's an 80 fucking 2. You disingenuous cunt. Who is this person? Smith in America. Like what a disingenuous cunt. Fine. I mean, look how smug he is as well. Oh no! Did I go the wrong way? Where's the Guardian review? I just had it. Oh, there you go. 4th of July. Again, show me one reference to QAnon in anybody connected to this movie promoting it. Right? Any connection at all? Where are we up to? The Sound of Freedom, the Sound of Freedom, child trafficking and Dawn quitted them from experts. You experts. Oh, what? The same experts that told us that how many failures can I think of? Same experts that arranged the withdrawal from Afghanistan. Those experts. Or was it the experts that said that Trump colluded with Russia? Or was it experts who said that Hunter Biden's laptop was Russian disinformation? Was it any of those experts? Because I don't think you can be an expert when you're completely fucking wrong, right? I don't think that can happen that easily. Angel Studios, which made it, no, they distribute it. You idiot. Acknowledged in a recent blog post, it's worth noting that the movie took creative liberties with depicting different methods of child trafficking. Oh, those inhuman monsters. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, here's the other thing. You don't see graphic child rape in the movie. It's very much intimated, and you see the effects of it, right? But it's fantastic. I mean, the movie is just fantastic. The film is also a flashpoint in America's culture wars. Yeah, and that's why you fucking hate it, because a flashpoint in the culture war, and you're losing that fucking war. You cunt. Liberal media outlets like New York Times, the Los Angeles Times, and Hollywood Reporter have refused to review the film, while publications like Washington Post, CNN, and Guardian have thrashed it and mocked the millions of moviegoers who have bought tickets or the screenings. Well, yeah, that's actually accurate, isn't it? Stand the film picking up steam among Republican, normally quick to dismiss Hollywood as a bastion of Hollywood elite. Senator Ted Cruz of Texas tweeted, "Wow, wow, wow, go see #Town of Freedom." Yeah, go see it because it's fucking awesome, right? Senator Tim Scott, who I don't even like that much, a rival for Trump, not really, for the president nomination, posted on Twitter, "I have watched Sound of Freedom and wow, it's a powerful film that reveals the horrifying reality of human trafficking." And it really does. And I know it sounds like such an incredible downer. It's actually an uplifting experience by the time you get to the end of it, right? I really was genuinely moved by this movie. Trump's daughter Ivanka also weighed in. She tweeted, "Sound of Freedom sheds lights on the harrowing reality of human trafficking, awakening a collective consciousness and inspiring." Yeah, because they keep telling us all that. Meanwhile, 85,000 kids have been trafficked across, have been brought in by the State Department of America and have now gone missing. 85,000. America is one of the number one consumers of child pornography, and also probably raping children. To harrowing reality of it, and inspiring us to take action for those trapped in its dark web. Ballard himself as a divisive figure. How is that absolute saint a divisive figure? Like, is he this wonderful, or is he even more wonderful? I know he strikes me as being one of the most wonderful people I've ever encountered. Just so much humility. It's breathtaking, right? Absolutely breathtaking. This guy is awesome. So how is he in any way divisive? He founded the anti-trafficking group Operation Underground Railroad in 2016. Vice reports, news reports in 2020. Operation Railroad claims to rescue claims contained a pattern of image burnishing and mythology building, a series of exaggerations that are in the aggregate quite misleading. Oh, so you can't point to anything specific? Oh, well, Vice said it. I mean, you're called Vice, you fucking moron. Panel was appointed to Trump by a federal advisory panel on human trafficking. Veratigo is a Mexican who was appointed Trump's advisory commission in the Hispanic prosperity. Fine. But again, if you're somebody trashing this movie, there's no leg for you to stand on. I mean, if I would say, do I think this person likes to have sex with children? Based on that article, yeah. And also his face. But yeah. Based on like what an insane liar he is. Iowa caucuses are 6 months away. Some Republicans, Trump may be unstoppable. Well, you keep indicting him. That does make him stronger, right? It does actually make him stronger. Oh God. The problem with Jon Stewart. The problem with Jon Stewart is Jon Stewart. Fine. Let's get on to something that they're all vaguely interested in. Doctor Who magazine this month. Now, Doctor Who magazine this month is actually quite a good Doctor Who magazine from what I can tell. However, it really fits perfectly, seamlessly into Doctor Who, into the current production of Doctor Who, because this week's comic strip, it features the first gay marriage and kiss. Good for you. Because I didn't know there were gay people. I didn't know that happened. There are people who are gay. Did you know that? I'm amazed. I'm absolutely amazed. And they're using the trans colors for the background, of course. Fine. So we've got Earthshock treatment, how Richard Gregory made the Cybermen. So that's actually an interesting article. But that's like I'm going to read. I'm looking forward to that. Reunion of the Snake. Loving the new snake effects in Kinder. Snake darts. Can't wait for this to come out. Continuity conundrum. Andrew Carmel meets the memory worm. We should really go over something. Those memory worm articles are quite fun. You only live twice. This is the main article. The Girl Away to Liberation of Dalek, Jane Asser, 60th anniversary poll, and much, much more. I never knew there was so much in it. What was that, TV Times? Let's see who the contributors are. They look like processional troglodytes to me. Now, I can't tell, is this a trans woman or is this just an average Doctor Who fan woman? Because they don't look, that attractive. Reki Pontiff. Reki wears many hats. Journalist, Jeep tour guide, in Colorado's Rocky Mountains, riddle writer, musician, and American Renaissance on the American Renaissance Service. She took time out of her never-ending maintenance on a vintage Type 40 Airstream caravan home to review the novelization of Planet the Ood. Blimey. like how to not sell a magazine. Writer and filmmaker Linda Gledhill thinks a day without Doctor Who is a day wasted. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but I think I can agree with the sentiment. In almost every adventure created so far, in this issue, the 6th anniversary poll on page 23, she tries to work out what separates the most popular from the. Okay, and Hannah Watkins, because I'm glad they only have women on this because that just seems wrong to have anybody other than women on it. Because I don't know, do boys like science fiction? Not really. No, boys don't really like sci-fi, do they? So Hannah Watkins, she's when she's not watching Doctor Who, she can be found listening to Big Finish, audio obsessing over niche aspects of the Whoniverse on social media or escaping said social media by enjoying a Doctor Who book. She was therefore delighted to write a review of Kablam. Okay, if you wrote a positive review of Kablam, I can't think of you as a Doctor Who fan, right? Man, there is nothing I see from this new era that makes me go, yay. Like, okay, the sonic screwdriver looked more interesting to me than this. Like, man, Janet Fielding looks so creepy over there. I'm going to eat the baby. Get in my belly. She does look creepy there. Maybe that's the Mara Janet Fielding. That would make more sense, right? That would make more sense. But yeah, listen, I got nothing against this kid, but like everything is about showing off. Hey, look how not racist and bigoted we are. That just makes you seem very racist and bigoted to me, right? It just does, right? Sorry about that. We're up to Doink. Can't wait for this. This is really genuinely good news, right? This is absolutely great news. So many of the extras on this seem great. You got Snake Dance and Enlightenment have new effects. Oh, Enlightenment already had new effects, I think. Okay, and then you got Matthew Sweet manages to stop talking about what's he obsessing about all the time. Is it Brexit or COVID? One of the two. To have two good interviews. His interviews are normally excellent with Janet Fielding and Sarah Sutton. I wonder if they're together or they're separate. Let's Go Dutch. That looks fun. The TARDIS the TARDIS team, that'll be Peter Davison, Janet Fielding, Sarah Sutton, go and and Mark Strickton. They go and revisit the location for Arc of Infinity. Probably the weakest story of that season. When Janet met Martin, Janet Fielding chats the Martin clothes. Yes. Look who's driving. Join Peter Davis, Janet Fielding, Sarah Sutton on a hilarious European road trip. That looks fantastic. Man, I watched Location on the season 9 DVD. Bored the shit out of me. It's Katie Manning joined by other people going to 3 locations. Didn't really do much for me, right? Didn't really do much for me. And there's a bunch of others. Yeah, I got mine pre-ordered. I am psyched for this in a big way. So Panini trying to find a way to squeeze more money out there at the Doctor Who Comics Library. Panini is set to publish a collection of full Doctor comic strips in this November. Taken from the page of Doctor Who Weekly, it will feature 16 tales by Pat Mills. I guess this is the best of. Starting with Doctor Who and then the Iron Legion, and then running all the way through the Neutron Knights. The book contains over 300 pages, including the Star Beast. Blah blah blah. Senior Ed Hammond says, it's a wonderful to finally have these classic strips back in print. Well, you reprinted them a few years ago, and they're fantastic, right? Reading the story is an absolute treat. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Thought Doctor Anthology published on the 2nd November. Okay, I mean, they really don't know what to do with the reprints right now, but they do it like Dalek ones, Cyberman ones. What's this? A new book chronicling the origins of Doctor Who is published was it published this month? My Doctor began blah blah blah. Well, okay, what's the deal with this? Inside story how BBC created and launched Doctor Who. I don't know. I guess there's new stuff to tell there, but boy, I've heard the story from many different directions and many times, right? Whotopia, the ultimate guide to the Whoniverse. Again, I guess these are for newer fans from Telos. Fanzine book looks actually pretty good. Moon River, Time and Riverside, an event. Okay, whatever. Okay, man, that is freaking. That's excellent. So who? One second. Peter Shimmer's custom Mel figure. This is excellent. I am so excited by the return of Mel, a character who I didn't have the best reputation, but was my companion. She may have screamed. I would have avoided a Tet Trap strong suit. I would laugh at a Tet Trap. I'm sorry. But Mel was brave, feisty, and loyal. I loved her, and I can't look. Mel's best story is still Big Finish as far as a Vulcan. It really is one of her best stories. Can't wait to see where else Davis does the character. I hope we get an action figure. Until then, here's my custom. Excellent custom. Like, freaking excellent custom. Well done. Really good, really good work. Fine. Let's see what's on the Who Tube. Oh, wow. I can't believe this is out. Over 30 years in the making, the long-awaited episode 4 of the fan film Devious has finally been released. Wow. So Devious is set between the Troughton and Pertwee regeneration with this other Doctor. They have John Pertwee appears in it for a minute or so. This is like his last appearance. It's number 4, their final episode. That's really exciting. For more of Dalek's 63.88 team on Fano props that appear in the 2011 Asylum of the Daleks. Pip Manley parodies the ending of 1978's Underworld with a very different set of closing titles. Okay. Actress and author Carmen Gomez, best known to Doctor Who fans as Anita and the Two Doctors, I didn't realize that, is invested as Gibraltar's 20th mayor. Well, that's interesting. Pianist Jess Jovic performs a transcription of Dudley Simpson's music for Planet of the Daleks. Well, that's interesting. By the way, Dan's channel. Okay, he's got a stream on tonight. And what starts in about an hour and a half, hour and a quarter. He had one of my favorites, the bits of YouTube on it. It was him, Simon, and Stephen Noon, who's playing the first Doctor on Big Finish, discussed Death of the Daleks. Made me want to run and watch that episode again. Such an incredible, incisive document. It's kind of an incisive take on it. Okay, fine. So we have Letter of Showrunner. Somebody the first thing I read. I might save that for tomorrow. Right? I might save that for tomorrow. Who's in what? Oh no, this is still letters. Scott Hancock, always boring, right? His column is always dull. It's incredible. It just always is. I'll give you an example. This month kicks off with a typical Thursday at Bad Wolf. Usually we try to pick up the more exciting sounding meetings for production diet. They're never exciting sounding, right? It sounds like you guys just having fun at work, right? Never ever exciting sounding. Yeah. One step forward, 2 steps back, right? That's just how it feels. Man, been a busy month for dying. And yeah, why? Why can't we just go with like what people, normal people feel, which is normally, why do we have to have trans, weird, gay stuff projected into our eyeballs everywhere, right? Why can't we have, like, Doctor Who's a show that really isn't about sex or sexuality? We could just have a TV show, right? That could happen. So this big interview, I'm probably going to do this on Sunday, where it's David Tennant and Catherine Tate about coming back, and they do talk quite a bit, and they also talk they talk about the what's it called again, the some of the Jodie years. One sec. Also, David, the Doctor's been 3 different people in the meantime. So yeah, that's explaining why he's different now. So he's saying, like, he hasn't deregenerated. This is the 14th Doctor. He's been Peter Capaldi. He's been Matt Smith. Maybe he's been Jodie. Okay, but here he's coming to very much legitimize Jodie. Now, is this because they're about to retcon it away and they're being super nice, which would make a lot of sense, or is it because they're going to just lean into it? I don't know. We'll find out. So I'm not necessarily the same version of Doctor that I was before. I'm not the 10th Doctor. I'm the 14th Doctor. Well, strictly speaking, we don't know the actual number anymore, do we? Yeah, another shit idea. Don't we, ask Catherine? Should we explain the timeless children, Catherine? No. Catherine laughs. What is this, like is this a quiz or something? A quiz that I don't know the answer to? It went on the Jodie era. Said David. Wait, is that the Flux? A bit of that. You know, there was a whole other Doctor played by Joe Martin. What do you mean? None of us fucking know, and none of us cared. Jodie's Doctor met another version of herself she met from a previous incarnation, which was a big surprise to everyone, including her, including the Doctor. Explains David. That's right, isn't it? I think I got that right. From standing start to catch you up. I don't think that means... Oh, God, please retcon that shit away, baby. Retcon that shit away, right? Oh, well, I just saw Dave Gibbs' name. I don't know, just talk about the Star Beast. No interest at all in Unit. Go away. This looks great. This looks fantastic. I mean, this is a bit of a nightmarishly long article about Pete Matigue's, you know, a movie by Pete Matigue. Yeah, like it just, how many? 4 pages. I mean, like, it's an ad for a Blu-ray set. Okay, that's what it is. Get a grip. These things seem fun. I really should maybe one stream we're going to go over these. There's another one with Rob Sherman. I like these little articles. What about two? Dalek Awakens. Yes, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Not interested. 10th Doctor. We are not looking at these today, okay? And we are not looking. No, we won't look at 11th Doctor either today. Oh, next month we got to have Jodie. I'm going to skip that. Maybe no, I won't, because I'll just take the piss. Texting at work. Graphic assistant Sophie Crow, Cowdery, and Alan Griffiths help create the text printed screen on Doctor Who. In effect, they build worlds within worlds. Yeah, and look, we're still waiting to see, you know, what the like this. His Dark Materials, Magpie Electronics, that sort of thing. They're production design. Okay, this I'm really looking forward to reading. This feels so 80s, doesn't it? What's the caption on this? Left prop builder Richard Gregory in '83, who won the Cyberman helmets he designed for Earthshock. Man, like when they first did those the new Cybermen, they had the flight suit, right? And somebody looked at it before it was painted, and they're like, "Oh, what are they going to do with that? That doesn't really work, right?" And then they sprayed it silver, and they went, "Wow." Right, and then I think that head matched with it. It was really perfect, Doctor Who. I like the Omega redesign. Well, I know that machine. The Lazars, bit of Stephen Gallagher weirdness. Chameleon. He didn't have a job. He didn't make Chameleon. I guess he went on to Walking in Dinosaurs. Man, that's a long article. How many pages is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. So I would read that. That looks like an interesting article. 60 objects in 60 years. Oh God, no. 98. The dial-in modem. Kind of. Who writes this? Jamie Ledman. I think he's right. The Red Nose Day. Yeah, that was a great hope when we saw Curse of the Fatal Death back in those empty years. The Cyber 10. Yeah, I had this. This was great. And also, my wife got me one of these. I got this up there. I got a couple of these Characteropton Daleks, and also the where do you go? The big remote control one. My wife got me that for a birthday one year. It's one of my prized possessions. Absolutely love that. Oh yeah. So 2002. The only Doctor Who we got, original Doctor Who we got, was basically they were audios with a little bit of animated artwork, very barely animated artwork by Lee Sullivan. And you watch them on like a teeny tiny little postage stamp real player, right? What's this? That looks like somebody's done a what's it called again? A custom of those Cybermen. Fine. Then we're on to Liberation of the Daleks. It's really kind of an irritating. It's gone on for too long at this point, in my opinion. The Doctor finds himself inside a virtual reality Dalek playground, like where people can go on holiday and interact with Daleks in different settings safely, and they're using crash real Daleks to generate this virtual reality. And now they've just turned up in, a 60s Dalek stuff, and they basically work out what's going on. Yeah, and so now and then we goes back to reality. But here, then they're more than 6 pages this week. Did they get an extra page? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 6. But here we go. There's a wedding going on in the theme park, the virtual reality theme park, and of course it's 2 men getting married, right? Of course, like, for fuck's sake, will you stop screaming about this shit? Like, enough Dalek wedding zone. It has to be 2 guys getting married. Right, it just makes me crazy. Makes me absolutely crazy. Girl Waited. Who's that? Who wrote that? It was a pretty good episode. That wasn't a Chibnall episode, was it? It seemed too good to be a Chibnall episode. Where's the? Hang on 1 second. Now I've got to look it up. Now I can't. Oh man, it's annoying me. The Girl Who Waited Doctor Who. There's their Wikipedia. Written by Tom McRae. Right, the one he did before this was the Sidemen story, which wasn't overly successful. And I got a feeling that all the best bits were written by Rusty Davis. But this was actually a really solidly good story, right? I had a great premise. And I think pretty good execution. I think Karen Gillan's fantastic. I mean, that cast is just right. Look, Matt Smith, Karen Gillan, and whatever his name is. What's his name again? Oh, I can't remember his bloody name. Here, what's that? It's over here. No, wrong one. Where am I? There. Maybe it's over here. I just looked this up. Who started? Rory Williams, Arthur Darvill. Really solid cast, man. No wonder it was so good. Right? It was just so great. What else we got here? Fact of Fiction. Fact of Fiction is always, I would say, an entertaining read. Opening Dalek Frequencies. This is the Sylvester McCoy box set, which I have no interest in. This just came out today. Just started listening to this. I think this one's going to be pretty good. Right? A Genius for War. I like Jonathan Morris. I like Davros. I like the Seventh Doctor. I like the Time War. I like the Degenerating Doctor. I love all of that stuff, right? I really think that works. I'm looking, and I like their 1 disc long. And like, oh boy, the desperation to hire black actors, non-white actors. It's like this woman looks nothing like a companion would on TV. Like, she would never be cast, and not because she's black, because she's 8 feet tall and built like a brick shithouse, right? This is one of the weirdest things. Jeffrey Beers, John Coltrane, Louise Jameson, and Katie Manning, Maureen O'Brien, and Dan Starkey read The Making of Doctor Who, right? And then The Nightmare Fair. Look at this awful cover. Honestly, I think rather than have Toby Longworth readers, they should have just got an AI Colin Baker. I'm here. Where is this? I'll give you a quick sneak peek. Right, hang on a second. We'll do share screen. Hang on. This is what I'm working on for tomorrow. This is the next episode of Millennial Right.
Army, the peripheral people, as Chappell called them, were a faceless mass.
as read by a AI Colin Baker. It's coming out beautifully, right? Books on tape should really, that's the way they should be done, right? Let's go back to Doctor Who magazine. But Nightmare Fair. It's a good book, The Nightmare Fair. I did enjoy it. Although the audio adaptation, I think, is better and it's cheaper than the book on tape. I don't want to tell you. Silver Nemesis. Why would I ever want to go back to that? Even read by David Banks. I don't know. Planet Hued. Not really that. That's by the reviews by Reki Pontiff. Okay. Nothing weird about that. And Kablam, piece of shit, by Hannah Watkin. Review by Hannah Watkin. So coming out next month is so much stuff I don't care about. Once in the Future, yeah, I do enjoy that. Ninth Doctor Adventures, Travel in Hope. I'm so hopeful. That sounds like a Jodie line. It's so nothing, right? Sixth Doctor Adventure, Purity Unbound. Not interested in the slightest. Alpha Centauri, Galactic, everyone's favorite. Cyclotic Hexabog sees eye to eye on the Ninth Doctor. Yeah, no, this is just member bearers you put in to try and get me to buy your set. I'm not doing it, right? Reunited with Alpha in Peladon, the Ninth Doctor encounters Power Mad politician played by legendary actress. Not interested. Still not getting me in there. Jackie Tyler. Now, that will get me more into anything else, but still not going to do it. Paul Miles wrote this book. Not really interested. And here's the weird thing. They don't have the coming next week thing. They're coming next month. So I think we got a lot of stuff coming out for Comic-Con that they're not telling us about, that they're going to surprise us with. That's why they can't show you anything about next month. Although you could do about this season survey. I don't know. But here, this is them trying to desperately milk more money out of the reprints. I think the and Prisoners are not really that interested. So let's have a look. There's actually quite a few pages here that I would read. So, we got the letter from the showrunner. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the Snakes Alive. I think I probably would read that. Andrew Cartmel, 9, 10, 11. 11, 12, 13, 14, season survey. 15, 16, 17. 8, yeah, this article interests me. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23, 29, including the comic strip. Go away to that. So I thumb through. They're doing very good. Like that, I'm up to 30 pages or so right now. That's a better score than most, right? That is a better score than most. Yeah, I'll say, look, without reading this is just a virtual thumb through. I would say this is a recommend, right? I would say this is an absolute recommend. Yeah, absolutely. Man, I never got to the Rumble chat. Who's at the Rumble chat? True Social Stream says, highly anticipated Tucker Carlson podcast with Donald Trump is here. Tucker is live with Donald. Well, I mean, why are you getting people to go over to that stream when I'm watching this? I don't understand. Why would you do that? That's bad. That's bad. Don't do that, ladies and gentlemen. Don't do that. Anyway, if you're on Rumble, please subscribe on Rumble. Let me give you my my Twitter address. I just opened up to the weird guy. What's it called again? The weird guy flexing in a what's it called again? Flexing in an all-female bodybuilding tournament. That just it. Please go to my Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. My account got nuked sadly. Here, let me pull up the what's it called Dan stream, which is starting in an hour, I think, from now. Oh man, there's a couple of things I wanted to look at. I didn't get to. Damn. And a second, we'll do type 40. There you go. Let me get you the link. Starting in 1 hour from now. Here, you know what? I'll plug it. What can I say? I actually genuinely like this, right? And also, go and check out his stream with Stephen Noonan. It's really good, right? It's really bloody good. The screw job. Okay, Dan. Did I put my Twitter 5? So we can put that up. Here's the link to Dan's stream. Go and check it out. Tomorrow, I will be looking at the production notes from Doctor Who magazine, right? I might look at another couple of things in there. What else? There's a bunch of stuff we didn't get to. We didn't even look at Bound into Comics, right? There's the The Barbie stuff I want to look into. I'm really intrigued to see how Barbie's going to go. Right. I hope it tanks. Right. I hope it does worse than the Flash. Right. But I don't know. Look, us in the superhero realm, we are used to there being very bad superhero movies, which I think what's really scuppered the Flash, right? Because they did too many bad superhero movies. I don't think women are used to seeing female-orientated movies that are unwatchably bad. I don't think they're used to, and I just don't think they're going to notice the. I mean, I think some women will, but I don't think there'll be a mass movement of women. They'll just go, "Oh, look, it's Pink Barbie. How cute! Oh, look, they're talking about saying men are evil." Yeah, it's they'll just get into it, right? I just think they'll laugh and get into it, and they won't see the inherent sexism in it. So I think it's probably going to do well. Hopefully it's shit. Hopefully it's unwatchable shit. So then it will do badly, and I will feel much better in life. Hopefully, Sound of Freedom will beat that too. Fine with that. Join me tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be live or a pre-record. If it's live, it's going to be at 4 o'clock. If it's a pre-record, it'll be at 5 UK time. Who knows or dares to dream? Fine. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please do that on all my platforms. And I'm going to say good night, good luck, and may your God